I probably don't have to convince you that short form video is a great way to attract potential customers and clients. You may hear them called reels or shorts, but it is a little snippet and it's vertical format and it's fun, it's punchy, it often moves quickly and has music in the background. Sometimes there's a dub, an overdub. But the idea is that you are grabbing your audience's attention very quickly and you're keeping it for a whole 30 seconds. And that is a challenge. Attention spans are shorter and shorter. And if you're like me, you may hear people say, you got to do reels, you got to do reels. Oh, use this app, use this template. But you feel like, I just need somebody to show me step by step how to do it. I really don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get the whole picture. And I can relate. Okay. Reels is probably my weakest link, but I did make a quality decision to figure it out. And I'm doing my best. I found a couple of templates that I tweak and use over and over. So that's kind of something to tuck away, is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time you post. You will get a few favorites. You'll find a way that is your way, your unique way. And it actually becomes part of your personal brand. And then you show up using that type of reel or using that template, and then you just make edits as needed. So whatever information you are trying to present, you've got the skeleton of it, and then you're just making these tweaks. So I'm going to show you how I did one of my most recent reels that someone asked me specifically, what app are you using? How did you do it? So we're going to go through that step by step. So let me show you that reel. The sixth and final look in our summer makeover series is Mauve Haze. If you've been waiting for a pink makeover look, this is for you. It is literally a monochromatic mauve look. Matte mauve on the lids, mauve on the cheeks, a mauve lip liner, and lipstick. It couldn't be any simpler. And if you feel like pink is a little too soft and light for your complexion, I'm going to give you a few tips on punching things up. So be sure you meet me Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, before you take off for Labor Day weekend. I'll see you then. All right, so that's the reel. I'm Michelle Fox, founder of Boss Babes Online and Boss Babe Academy. I've been in direct sales for 25 years, but the last maybe 6 or 7 years, I have expanded online with the help of social media and something called personal branding. And I love to show you how to do the same. And today we're talking about reels. Here's the breakdown. I use something called CapCut on my phone to film the video. Then I share it from my phone to my desktop, upload it into CapCut on desktop to edit it. In CapCut, I can add text, I can add moving pictures and lots of really cool things. Oftentimes I do absolutely everything in CapCut. But in this instance, I also used something in Canva. I created an overlay in Canva of the products that kind of floated in and out of the frame. So I'm going to show you each of these steps, and this is just one idea, okay? But if you're asking yourself, well, how does Michelle, what does she use to put these things together? Now you'll know. So the first step is to film it. And the reason I film it in Canva is because it is then saved in the Canva cloud. It's not taking up space on my phone. So that's significant. Videos take up a lot of space. So that's something to consider. So I have Canva on my phone. All right, let's see. We're going to do this share thing. So I have CapCut app on my phone. Open that up, and I can actually film with my phone in CapCut. So I come down to where it says all tools and then camera, and I can flip it. Oh, here I go. So I can film it right here on CapCut. I can do 15 seconds, 60 seconds. I usually set it for 3 minutes, just so that I have that extra. I don't want to have to, stop and start again. So I usually start with 3 minutes. I don't worry about using any filters or anything at this point. I do try to have good lighting. So a ring light, as much natural light as possible, but this is going to be just the bare bones. Okay. So I'm just like literally clicking the button, doing a video. I found a room in my home that has the best light. So I have natural light, I have an overhead light, and I have my ring light. I film it, save it, and then I upload it to my desktop. So now we're going to go to the desktop. And let's see, where was that one? I think it's this one right here. So I say that I want to create a project. I'm going to import. Remember how I said I filmed it on my phone, but then I saved it to my desktop. So I'm going to import it, and then I have to find it on here. So this is the original video that I'm going to pull in. It hasn't been edited yet, so we're importing that. Okay, so you can see that I'm looking kind of haggard. So we will fix that. Okay, we're going to do a lot of adjustments here with the brightness and just how everything looks. So that's something to, stick in your back pocket, is that for when you feel like, oh, I just don't look good enough for film, there are a lot of things you can do to look better. Okay, so we're going to put a pin in this for a second, and we're going to go to Canva. So Canva, you can design absolutely everything. I'm not going to go into that. But what I decided to do was create a reel that had a green screen. And if you're not familiar with that, a green screen means that you can get rid of the green screen. So it's like making it transparent so that just the products show up. Okay. So I want to create an Instagram reel. Clicking on this. And I didn't look at templates or anything. I just said, I want an Instagram reel. Okay. I'm designing it now. I want it to have like a transparent background, and that's called green screen. So you want to change the background color from white to green, and it can honestly be any kind of green. Okay. There's a way to make that green disappear, and I'll show you that in a minute. What we want to do here is to have the products floating in. You may have, let's see, uploaded it. Like I had lots of stuff uploaded. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you would just go to upload files. Then it's going to show you your computer. You would find wherever you've kept, the pictures that you want to pull up and upload them. So like if you are asking yourself, well, how do I get pictures of products? You can literally go to your website, look up the product. So let's see, what was Dusty Rose. Okay. So let's say I want to get a picture of this Dusty Rose. Okay. I'm going to open the image in a new tab because sometimes that's better quality. Then I'm going to right click. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to call it Dusty Rose. Okay. Then I'm back in Canva. Let's see, where am I? Here we go. I want to upload this Dusty Rose file. I'm going to then bring it in here, make it, whatever size I want it to be. Now, clicking on this is selected right now. You can tell because it's got the purple outline. I'm going to remove that white background. Okay, so now it's just that. And I have all of these Mary Kay products saved in a folder, so I can go to that folder, but you would probably need to upload all of them piece by piece, which is fine. Same idea. I think you get the idea. All right, here. So I know that I want mauve. Let's see what this one is called. No, that's just called a screenshot. Mauve Crush. Okay. I know that I want Mauve Crush, but I want that to be on the second page. So like the first page, I want to feature the eyeshadow and the eyeliner. And then a moment later, when that's all gone, I want to feature the cheek color, lipstick, and lip liner. So what I'm going to do here is duplicate it. Okay. So on this page, the second page, take this off because I only want that on the first page. So on the second page, I want this Mauve Crush. I'll put it over here. I don't really need the picture of the lid. I'm going to get rid of that. Scooch it over. Get rid of the background. I want the mauve nude liner. Oops, I got it in there twice. I can make it smaller, just however you want to size it. Remove that background. Okay, maybe it should be a little taller. And then I want a cheek color there. This cheek color is Rogue Rose. Let's see, is it this one? Nope, that one's Shy. Yeah, this one. Okay. And I decided I wanted to turn it, make it smaller. Put it up here. All right, let's go back to the first page. So I've got my eye color. It's the only eye color I'm using, so I can make it a little bit bigger, but I do need my eyeliner on there, which is this one, the brown. Okay. And then I remove that background. Now there's something called animate, and that's how I got the items to like move in and out. So animate, you can create your own. We're not going to go there. That's a little complicated. You can do photo by photo, like say, I want this one to float in. I want this one to pop up, but it's easier, in my opinion, to just do the whole page because it kind of times it really well. So you can try a few different ones. This is called simple. This one's called sleek, fun, party. Okay. Corporate. There's all different kinds. Okay. So you just decide which one you want to do. So let's say we're going to do rise. You can also tell it how fast you want to do it. So like I'm having these show up on the screen while I'm talking. So I don't want it to be too fast because I want to be able to say on our eyes, we're wearing Dusty Rose, you know. So you can make it really slow or you can make it really fast. So you can adjust that. And then on this page, let's see, we're clicking the whole page. So here's how you know where you're working, okay? If it's clicked, then it's going to have the purple outline. So right now I'm working on the first page. If I want to work on the second page and tell it to animate the same way. And what did we end up doing? I think we did rise. Okay. So now we're going to play it and see what we think. Let's play from the beginning. Preview. So those rise up. And then those rise up. Okay, it's taking a little too long. All right, it's too slow. So we're going to close that. I'm going to say right now this takes 5 seconds. Let's shift that so that it's only 2 seconds. And we're going to apply it to both pages. Now let's look at it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so then we close that. And let's call it something. We'll call it B-roll for Mauve Haze. And we're going to share it, meaning we're going to download it. We want it to be a video, so we're going to download it right there. And videos take a little longer to download. This is downloading to my laptop. I'm not going to keep it there forever. So yes, it does take up a lot of space, but once I make my final video, I can go back and delete it. So this is saved in my downloads folder. Now we're going to go back to CapCut. Okay. CapCut on the desktop. And we're going to import this one. Here's B-roll for Mauve Haze. We're going to import that. All right. So now we're ready to start editing. We're going to bring this one, the main one, into, this is like the editing area. All right. And I want to cut off a little bit of this beginning part because I'm not looking at the camera. All right. So there I can stop it. I want to chop off that little, beginning. And sometimes to make it easier to see what I'm doing, I'll come over here and I'll expand it a little bit. So like this is when it's regular size, but then I can expand it so that, it's the time is stretched out a little more so I can see it better. So that's, everybody has kind of a different feel for how they want to do that. But here's where I want to cut it off. So I use this bracket and now I'm selecting this and I'm deleting it. All right. So that's gone. Starting back at the beginning, this line right here is what's showing up there. So we want to drag that to the beginning again. We're going to take a minute to make me look better. So I'm going to click on this. So I'm clicking this, I'm highlighting this, and we want to improve the look. So right now, some basic things we can do. We can stabilize it if you feel like it's shaky. You can enhance the quality. which just literally makes it look nicer, like just a better quality. We're going to remove the background on the green one, but we're not ready yet. We're going to go to retouch. Okay, here's my big secret. All right, take a look at my face and everything. You can say if you want to plump your face, if you want to even it out. So let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, even it out, and you can go all the way to 100. I try not to go too crazy, okay? So I might just pull it up a little bit. De-wrinkle, smile lines, clear blemishes, facelift. I try not to do anything where I literally look like a different person. So I'm not doing that. Smooth, dark circles, whiten your teeth, okay? So I did all of that. Let's see. Let's make it bigger for a second. So you can tell that this, I look better. Okay. I look smoother and better, but I still look like me. So I'm not too, I don't feel too compromised. The other couple that I do, I go to audio and you can enhance your voice. And then that way I don't need to use a microphone. I'm just using the microphone on my phone when I film, but I can enhance my voice here. It's just going to make it sound like I used a professional microphone. If, let's say, the dog was barking in the background or I had a fan running, you can reduce the noise. So that's video, audio. Then I jump over here to adjust. You don't have to do this, but this is going to like adjust the lighting and the intensity of the color. So watch this. Boom. So that makes it look quite a bit different. When you are filming with your phone, everything is backwards. So if you want it to look how you literally looked, you want to mirror it. So you come over here and tell it to mirror, and it's going to flip. Okay. So now I've done all that. Now, let's say I feel like I'm not centered really well. You can even adjust, how this, you can move this around. So there's so many things that you can do. It's ridiculous. Let's play it and see what's happening so far. And final look in our summer makeover series. Okay, so here I refer to summer makeover series, and I've been using the same text. So I'm going to click on text up here, and I've saved the ones that are my favorites. Text template, and I'll find the one that I'm using for that. It's down here. We go. It's this one. So right where this white line is, I'm going to click plus, and it's going to add that right there. But instead of my daily makeup, I'm saying summer makeover series. Okay, so let's watch it play out. Okay, it's too big and it's covering my face. So I can select it and scooch it up. I'm selecting it just by right clicking on it, moving it up, and then I'm going to grab the corner, make it smaller, move it up a little more. Okay, so I'm not keeping it there for very long, so it's okay that it's on my face. So let's start at the beginning and see how it looks. The sixth and final look in our summer makeover series is mauve haze. Okay, so then I also have a way to say mauve haze. If you're noticing that my lips aren't matching up with my voice, it's because the computer, the app right now is enhancing my voice and it's enhancing the video, and it hasn't caught up to each other yet. So the lips are going to be off, but it will fix itself. Okay. So I want this to show up as soon as I say summer makeover. So I might need to move it over a little bit. So let's see. The sixth and final look in our summer. Okay, so right there's where I say it. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to scooch it over. And then as soon as I say mauve haze, I want mauve haze to pop up. So let's listen. Summer makeover series is mauve. Okay, so right there's where I say mauve haze. So I'm going to make this shorter. I'm going to grab this and scooch it so that it's done saying that. And then right here, I want to say mauve haze. And I chose this to do mauve haze. So there, I'll show you some of the other options. So instead of my makeup journey, I want it to say mauve haze. Let's see what it looks like. Mauve haze. If you've been waiting for it. Okay. Kind of hard to see. Want to make it bigger And I think I want that pink to be darker because it's just really hard to see. So you can either use a template or use effects to kind of change the look of this right here. And so I just looked for a pink that I thought would show up better. So maybe this one, you can click it. Okay, that one looks a little darker. There are so many to choose from, as you can see. So I spent a little bit of time because that stuff does matter. You don't want to spend an entire day on it, but it does matter. Okay. So you can see there's all different kinds of blue and, there's multicolor. There's so stinking many to choose from. So I just find sort of a deeper pink that I thought, looked good. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this one. Okay. So let's see what this looks like. This is for you. Okay. Let's start over. Do I do this? Yeah, I have to do it to get the timing right. The sixth and final look in our summer makeover series is Mauve Haze. If you've been waiting. Okay. So that's pretty good. This is for you. It is literally a monochromatic mauve look, matte mauve on. Okay, so here's where I start talking about the matte mauve on the eyes. So I'm going to go back to my media and I want to pull this in. All right. This is going to automatically cover this, but I want to get rid of the green so that it's see-through. So that's where I want to go back to video. I want to remove the background. And the easiest way to do this is called chroma key, where you tell it the color that you want to get rid of. So you're clicking on the color picker. For some reason, I usually have to click that a couple times for it to do what I want it to do. There we go. This is kind of weird. Like when I come over, it goes to my regular picture. Think of it like this. Okay, I'm telling it, I want to show it what color I want to cover up. I'm scooching over here. And you can see the green in that circle, then that is correct. That is the right color. So I'm going to click like, yes, that's the one. You can see it chose that funky green. And it knows that I'm going to want this to, why is that weird color? Let me see what's happening here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So might need to scooch it over a little bit because I want it to start as soon as I start talking. Matte mauve on the lids, mauve on the cheeks, a mauve lip liner, and lipstick. Change resolution. Reduce resolution for smoother playback. The exported video won't be affected. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's good. All right. So then there's that. It couldn't be any simpler. And if you feel like pink is a little too soft and light for your complexion, I'm going to give you a few tips on punching things up. So be sure you meet me Friday. Okay, so Friday at 10, I want to really emphasize that. So again, I'm coming back to my text. And I liked this one. Oh, it was like moving. So I chose that. But instead of like and share, I want to change that. So I need to go back to basic. And let's see, I said Friday, 10 a.m. All right, I don't want it right in front of my face like that. I want it a little higher. Let's see how that looks now. Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, before you take off for Labor Day weekend. I'll see you then. All right, and then stop. So right here, I want to get rid of that little, part at the very, very end. So I come back and I click on this split, come over here, select it, delete it. Okay. So these are some of my favorite text templates. I like, I'll click on them so you can see them. Here we go. There's cute girl. I use this one when I want to. All right, why is it taking so long? Yeah, there's all different things that you can kind of save, and where you find them. Let's see, this is a good one. Makeup routine. Anyway, this is just showing you what they look like. But where that is over here in under text. You want to find your text templates. And then there are different themes. So a lot of times I'll go down. There's one that's, I think, called makeup. I look at the makeup theme. And then here are just all different ones. You can kind of see what they're going to look like. And you can star them if you want to save them as a favorite. Okay, so that's how I got those. So our video is done. We're going to export it now. And we have to remember where we saved it and what we're going to call it. So I'm going to call it Mauve Haze with all caps because I already have a Mauve Haze. We'll call it Mauve Haze too. And this is being saved to my downloads folder. We're going to export it. All right. So now it's asking if I want to share it right now, which I could, but I don't want to. Okay. I want to save this on my phone because now I want to upload it to TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. And that's all stuff that I do on my phone. I don't want to do it here though. So we're going to cancel that, but I can look in my folder. So let's see here in my downloads. All right, there it is. Okay. So then I'm going to select it. And not everybody can do this, but this is why I got a MacBook and an iPhone. I can send it right to my phone through airdrop it. And then here's my phone. It's Michelle Fox phone. So I say, yep, I want to airdrop it there. And then I can see right here, when that has been completed. All right, it's been sent. It's all done. Okay, done. So now, all right, well, let me show you on my phone then what happens at this point. So now I can go to all of these different apps. So we'll start with TikTok. I can go to TikTok. And then down here on the bottom where it has a plus, I click on plus. Hello. But I don't want to film it right now. I want to get the one that I just did. So down here in this lower right corner, I click on that. Boom. That's the one that we want. Next. And then and final look in our summer makeover. All right. So we see, all right, next. And then here you can edit the cover, add your description, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So let's do that in Facebook. You can go to Facebook, go to your Facebook page, say that you want to create a reel, that you want to take the one that's already there. Same thing, okay? And you can still add audio in the background if you want or whatever. So, you still have more creative options even then. And then, so I did Facebook, Facebook, TikTok. Okay, you can put it on Instagram. Same thing, click plus. You click the one. So like right now it's looking at me here, but I don't want that one. See in the lower left, you can see that option. Say I want that one, okay, etc. And then the other one I do is YouTube. I'll go to my YouTube channel. It's pretty much the same thing on every one. You click plus, you click that one. Now this, if it's more than 30 seconds, it's like not considered a short. So like I probably would have noticed that before I uploaded it. I would have cut a little bit so that it's less than 30 seconds, but same idea. Okay. And that's how I did it. Okay. I filmed in CapCut. I edited in CapCut on my desktop. I used Canva. I created something like an overlay, but you don't have to do that. Okay. I could have just uploaded what I filmed on my phone, edited it until I think it looks good. And the volume or, the audio is good. Save it. If you're saving it to your laptop, then you're probably going to have to share it to your phone somehow because you can upload, I think, well, you might be able to upload to all of them. There was a time where you couldn't upload to certain social media apps from your desktop because they're meant to be a phone app. But I think that has changed. I think you can actually upload it from your laptop to TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Really Twitter. You can one video and then you can share it across all of those different social media platforms. And now you've got the bones of it. So let's say next week you want to show different products, or even if it's not makeup, let's say you want to show skincare, you could do the same thing where you just paste, you upload the pictures of the skincare, have them float in. You see what I'm saying? So like now that you've got that template, you can reuse that over and over and it kind of becomes your thing. Like that becomes like your signature style for your reels. So I'm not saying that everybody needs to use this one, but that is, just something to keep in mind is that you don't have to come up with something brand new every single time. As a matter of fact, some of the most popular TikTokers have a certain style. Like, for example, there's a dentist that, the whole thing is like the video of whatever he wants to show you, but then his face is like a little tiny face in the lower left corner. And he always does it like that. It's like an overlay of his face while there's something in the background. So it does become part of your brand. So if that kind of takes a load off, realizing that, okay, all right, well, I just really need to find a couple or even one that I like, tweak it, and I'll just use that over and over. That is a very real option. So do me a favor. If you got anything out of this, be sure that you like this video, share it with a friend, and be absolutely sure that you're subscribed to Boss Babes Online, this YouTube channel. If you're not part of our private Facebook group, we have Boss Babes Online on Facebook. I will leave the link to that in the description of the video. I also have a freebie for you called 100 Easy Ways to Get New Customers and Sales. And that I'm sure you'll find really, really helpful. I'm here to serve. You may have more questions, but honestly, the best way to learn is by doing. Just start working on it. And when you have a specific question, you can Google it or you can go to ChatGPT and literally you just have a conversation. You say something like, I am stuck on creating a reel. I have the template, but I don't understand how to use a green screen. And it will tell you. And then if you feel like the steps that it's telling you are still too complicated, you can say, I need you to break it down even more. ChatGPT is ridiculous easy to use. So you want to start utilizing that. All right, so that's it. I hope you got something out of it. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking, and just go for it. You learn by doing. You learn by doing, okay? Progress, not perfection. You don't have to have everything just right. You don't have to be the best. You just need to take action, consistent on purpose action, okay? So I know you can do this. I'll see you next time.